What's up guys, it's Tanki Pro here, and we are back with what to mount on it's going to be Hunter today. And as you can see, we have Hunter M2, and I personally love Hunter, and it's a fantastic haul, I think. So yeah, let's get straight into this, and we'll give you a review on what Hunter is like with Firebird. Okay, so we all know Firebird is very high in damage even after the changes, the changes that Tanki Online have put in place to make the game more balanced, as they have put it. But this combination is very versatile. It's fairly quick, and it's able to withstand shots than its lighter hull counterparts like Hunter and Wasp, and yeah, fantastic combination, and it can be extremely dangerous. And I've seen people out on the battlefield using this, and they've got, ridiculously high what do you call it, death kill to death ratio or whatever. Yeah, very high, and it's absolutely amazing, very deadly if you ever come across it. And but it's still quick enough to keep up with lighter hulls, if you know what I mean. I mean, if you put nitrous on this, Hunter will go, nearly as fast as a Hornet even. So that is yeah, very good, and it's very deadly if you use supplies, obviously, because you got the afterburn effect of Firebird, so you don't actually have to zap the player with the flamethrower. Until they die, you still got the afterburn effect, so they can, they will die from the afterburn. And yeah, it's just a very destructive combination, is what I'd put it as. And yeah, this has the potential to be extremely dangerous if it's in the right hands. So yeah, as you'll know if you've been watching my videos, at the end of these videos, at the end of these ratings, we give it an overall effectiveness, and the overall effectiveness I'm going to give this is 8 out of 10. Okay, so now we move on to the next close range gun in the garage, and this combination, it has health from Hunter, and it has speed, which does make this combination very versatile. It can be used, the weapon itself can be used in offensive and defensive roles, especially due to its freezing ability. So it's a fantastic defensive weapon, because it will just freeze them, and other people can kill them. It will make it slower, so they can get they can't get to the base because you froze them. It makes them slower. And after the changes, the amount of time that these players are frozen has increased quite a lot. So it's an interesting option, definitely. It does suffer. It's not as quick as an attacker, or as like a Wasp would be. So if a Wasp whizzed into your base, you're not as quick as as that Wasp. That's just that. I mean, if you put nitrous on, I don't think you're gonna be as quick as it. But it is quite a powerful combination if you use it correctly. It's a fairly balanced combination as well. Yeah, it's basically, to use freeze, you need to be able to circle opponents to get behind them so they can't shoot you. It's a very good technique, and when I move on to videos like how to use railgun, how to use freeze, I'll show you on how to use freeze effectively, and how to kill people without getting killed yourself, without even getting hurt, even sometimes if you're fairly good with freeze. But yeah, you need to be able to circle them, and Hunter does deal quite a lot of it does have quite a lot of speed, so yes, you can circle them, and it's got a fair amount of health as well, so that's pretty good for circling them, definitely. And it can survive a fair few shots and holding off an assault. So yeah, it's a good choice, which can definitely prove worthy. And the overall effectiveness that I'm going to be giving this is 7.5 out of 10. Moving on to Isidar. it might be. I see the required speed, mainly due to the fact that it's got the shortest range in the game. But I'm not sure. It used to have the shortest range in the game, but I'm not sure if it does now because of the range has been increased in the and Tanki online made those changes to help with the balance of the game. So it might have the same ranges. So, I mean, I think Freeze's range got decreased, so it might have the same range as that. But I say that in my view, I still need speed to get your opponents fast to revive them. And while the Hawk does have a fair amount of speed, it's not quite as fast as Wasp or Hornet. So using Wasp or Hornet, you would get there quicker. However, Wasp and Hornet is they do lack health, and this does have a fair amount of health. But you'd have to significantly alter your playing style if you're going to use this. So it might not be as effective as, for charging down opponents, but it would be decent for reaching your allies and healing them due to its extra health. But because I said, when you start attacking, an opponent, it does give you health, which means it can be quite a strong hull. Maybe not in like big maps, but when you're playing on small maps, such as Silence, it could be that's a medium map. But if medium to small maps, it could be quite a good combination. It's not that balanced, because you won't be able to play too offensively with Hunter and Icider, except for when using supplies. If you use supplies with this combination, it is any combination will be amazing with supplies. But it's still a decent choice, and it wouldn't be bad if used to take up a supporting role, so like healing your teammates. So that extra health can help. That extra health can help, but this does lack in crucial speed, which you need with Icider. So the overall effectiveness of this isn't too good, but I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Okay, moving on to Hammer, which is the shotgun of the game. Now, I think this is a really good haul. I mean, I've used it a few times myself, and I've got quite far with it. And basically, because Hunter does have quite a lot of speed and quite a lot of health for the amount of speed it has, so you can charge into enemy bases, and if you use like number 3, like I'm putting on now, if you use that as charging into bases, this thing can be one shot on Hornets, Wasps, whatever, and it can be an amazing offensive weapon. In that case, you can charge in with nitrous. Charge him with nitrous, because when you put nitrous on Hunter, it can be as quick as Hornet, nearly as quick as Hornet, which is absolutely amazing. Oh wow, my game's just ended. But anyway, it can be nearly as quick as Hornet, so that makes it a fantastic offensive weapon. Whereas it can be, however, it can be quite a good defensive weapon, as because it's got high damage, and it's got 3 shots, so that's pretty good. I mean, you can with this you can chase enemies down. Maybe if they're using a Hunter or a Hornet or something like that. Maybe not a Wasp though, because Wasps are obviously very, very fast with nitrous on. But if you whack the nitrous on this, and you can chase down Hornet, Hunter, Dictator, anything, and you can kill them and get the flag back, which makes it quite a good combination if you can do that pretty effectively. And so I reckon this combination is fairly balanced. It can be used in a defensive way and offensive way. The only problem comes is when you run out of shells. Really, it has quite a long reload time, so you're gonna have to get to cover quickly. And maybe that's where the extra speed comes in from Hornet. And we gave Hornet quite a good rating last time, I believe. But this rating, it can be good. It's better for offensive roles, but it also can be used in defensive roles. But offensive is the main situation for this combination. And and in the balance, in the changes Tanki Online made to make the game balanced, I think they decreased some of the damage, because it was extremely powerful. This gun was, and they decreased the damage, and the spread of bullets think they did decrease that as well, so you have to be even closer to enemy tanks to get the full damage in. And yeah, so that's basically all they did on the changes in the balance, I believe. So yeah, the overall effectiveness of this, I think I'm going to go for a 7.5. That's a 7.5 out of 10. Okay, moving on to Twins and Hunter. Now, I've recently, after the rebalance, I've been, using this combination quite a lot, because basically what's happened in the rebalance to this gun is the further away your opponent is, so say if you're shooting an opponent that's all over there, the less damage is dealt than before the rebalance. Plus the range has been decreased as well, so it makes it, a more small map sort of weapon. And but however, this is the main thing I think about the rebalance of Twins. If say this wall was the tank and I'm here, shooting it full on, it's got a massive. It's had a massive increase in damage, which makes it extremely good to for close-up combat. And this gun, when using drugs, is absolutely amazing. And problem with this hull though is it maybe does lack a little bit of health. We need a bigger tank to run in, get the flag. I mean, it is an offensive combination, but Hunter speed is pretty good. It's more suited to Hunter than the lighter hulls, I must say that, because Twins doesn't really work on the lighter hulls. You need quite a big strong hull. But yeah, Hunter does have increased health, so that's why it's better than lighter hulls, obviously. It's relatively quick, so it could be an effective offensive combination. But yeah, if you're going to use a weapon with infinite reload capability, you really want to take advantage of that by charging into the centre of a battle situation with a more substantial hull. So like Viking or Dictator or something like that. It's just I just doubt whether this combination is a particularly balanced one, and hence the score I'm going to give it of the overall effectiveness. But yeah, personally I've been using this combination a lot recently and I've absolutely loved it. But yeah, there's been a few problems with it. The range of Twins isn't very good on the long maps, and with Hunter it's not exactly quick enough to chase down your opponents and kill them, especially due to the rebalance of the range of Twins has been decreased, and the damage of Twins has been decreased at longer ranges. So that's made it a lot harder to chase hulls down. I think it is definitely more of an offensive combination, and the overall effectiveness I'm going to give it is 7 out of 10. So it's not too bad, but it's not bad at all though. But it just could do with a little more health, and yeah, so a bit of more substantial tank. But yeah, 7 out of 10 for this combination. Now here's a deadly combination. It's Ricochet and Hunter. And it's a pretty cool combination, one of the best combinations in Tanki Online, I think, and I've heard that from quite a few other people as well. And yeah, it's definitely deadly. I've experienced that because I do use this quite a lot, and yeah, I have been unfortunate enough to attempt to deal with a Hunter and Rico M3 with my rubbish hull basically, and I think it was Hornet M2, and I just got absolutely screwed basically, and it certainly wasn't a fun experience. But Hunter provides the perfect base for a weapon like Rico, definitely. Its projectiles take some time to reach opponents whilst rebounding off walls and other props. That makes it absolutely amazing. But after the rebalance, I have heard that it fires faster, which is pretty cool. And yeah, Rico's a fantastic weapon. If someone's hiding behind a wall, it's an absolutely fantastic weapon to kill someone that's behind a wall. You can use the rebounding effect, rebounding capability is a better word, and get them. So that's pretty cool. But it does have its downsides. As we all know, Hunter is fairly quick, but it always needs more health. And but seriously, this is a fantastic combination if you know how to use it properly. So because projectiles also deal a decent amount of individual damage whilst having a limited reload, and so charging into a battle isn't the best way to use it anyway. But in my opinion, this is a very strong midfield combination, which really can be effective if you ever meet it on the battlefield. But that's just my opinion on it, and it's fantastic. I've got a lot of kills with this combination, and it's well balanced, and it proves to be a really excellent combination. So the overall effectiveness that I am going to give this outstanding combination is 8.5 out of 10, and like I said earlier, it is one of the best combinations. We don't give an overall effectiveness out of 10 over 8 usually, so 8.5 is extremely good. And but that's it, 8.5 out of 10 for this awesome combination. So now we move on to another very good combination, and it is Smokey and Hunter. This combination certainly shouldn't be overlooked. Hunter's stability and health provide a good base for Smokey's rapid fire and recoil with a good speed, meaning that this is an especially effective midfield / offensive combination. Those crucial hits can definitely come in handy too if you're looking to achieve a high rate of damage. However, in the rebalance, as we all know, only people have read it, but Smokey's critical hit damage has been decreased, but Smokey's standard damage has increased, which I don't know whether it actually provides, I don't know whether it is actually better off doing it like that, but I'm not sure. I think it is better actually, because you get more standard hits, more power, more damage going into the other tank. But yeah, well, I haven't really used this combination much to find out. But anyway, but yeah, the fact that Smokey has a decent range means that Hunter's slightly slower speed relative to the other holes isn't really too much of a downside. However, the further away you shoot an opponent, the less damage it's going to get. So yeah, it's a close range weapon really, not a long range weapon, because if you've ever been shot by Smoke from massive miles away, it does literally next to nothing damage. Literally, it is terrible. But overall, this seems like a strong combination, to be honest, and it's got no major disadvantages, and with quite a few advantages which make this combination worthwhile. But it's very effective in a variety of situations, and yeah, it's not really a defensive combination, it's more an offensive and midfield combination like we mentioned earlier. But overall effectiveness of this combination, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Now we move on to the newest weapon of the game, and this is Vulcan, and it looks pretty cool with this combination, I think, but I don't really have much to say about this combination. I haven't really used it much myself. As you can see, I've got Vulcan, MO here, and I don't particularly like Vulcan as a whole, but it seems pretty effective on the battlefield, and if you ever come across a perk, jugged up Vulcan is pretty much screwed. But yeah, I'm going to take a guess on this combination really. I think it could be quite a good combination, and because Hunter, I think, provides a good base. Literally, I've not got anything to say about this, as I've never in my life used Vulcan. But yeah, Hunter provides a good base for it again, like many other halls. I'm pretty sure about that one, and yeah, and it has a fair amount of health, and as we all know, when Vulcan gets to a certain stage, the yellow bars disappear, it starts taking health away, and it's taking health away pretty slowly, as you can see, and yeah, and Icider could just pop along and revive you, and then it could be a bloody deadly thing. And it's got a long range, as you can see, all the way going the whole way of this corridor, if you want to call it that. But yeah, and yeah, it could be. I think it is a pretty good weapon to be using on this type of hull. Maybe not a lighter hull, because you want a big, sturdy hull that's not, got too little health. So you can just nip in and out, and if someone's just there, you can start shooting before the wall. That's the top tip, and then start shooting, and then can move around a little bit. And if you have a slow tank, maybe you won't be able to do that as much. But yeah, that's just my view on it. And I'll try and, for next video, which will be what to mount on Dictator, I'll try and find it won't be what to mount on Dictator, but what to mount on Viking. I'll try and find a bit more about Vulcan, maybe use it a little bit more, and give you a bit more of a an understanding of what this weapon is like on this hull. But overall effectiveness, really, I think I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. So now we have Thunder and Hunter. Now, after the rebalance, Thunder has had a massive increase in damage. It is practically, a ridiculous amount of damage now. It does have a slower fire rate though, which is a disadvantage, obviously. But this hull could prove quite effective for this weapon for many reasons, really. You need sort of like a fast hull for getting in and out of cover. So like you move out of cover, shoot, get back in, and maybe a slow hull like Titan and Mammoth won't do that really. But I suppose with those things, you'll just stand there and you get shot by a Rogan a few times, nothing's happened really. But yeah, the way I like to play personally is shoot, duck, shoot, duck, like that. And in that case, yeah, you really need quite a fast hull, and I think Hunter fits in perfectly. Hunter fits in perfectly with that. What I've just said. But yeah, fantastic. I think I have used this after the rebalance, and I think it's a fantastic weapon to be using on this hull. And I think Thunder's definitely got a better than it was before, and it looks absolutely amazing on this hull as well. And if you want a more offensive role, I think you should use this combination. It is it's quite good, and as we all know, Hunter does have a fair amount of health and a fair amount of speed, so that is great for hunting down people and flags really. So it's a pretty good combination, and haven't really used this much either, but overall effectiveness, I think it's 7.5 out of 10. It's a solid combination with the added bonus of looking pretty great. I mean, it looks pretty sexy, doesn't it? And with the splash damage, it just works perfectly, I think. And so 7.5 out of 10, pretty decent. So now we come to Railgun and Hunter, and again, this is a very good combination. It's a strong combination in any position on the battlefield. That's offensive, defensive, midfield, anything like that. It's pretty offensive. It's pretty not offensive. Fucking hell. It's pretty strong in any position. But I'd argue that this truly is a pretty all-rounded combination. We've seen this combination used to lead assaults, to take up midfield positions, and to head a defensive in recent top series clan wars. Not top series, star series. Don't know what I'm saying, but anyway, yeah, we do see this in star series, this combination, and it looks pretty good. I mean, it's very good defensive. It's very good defensive. It's very good midfield. So it's fantastic for clan wars, any battle really, and capturing flags, defending your flag. It's all amazing for that basically, and there's literally not much wrong with this combination. And I'd say there is some things wrong, but not much wrong. So In a way, it means that this combination is a jack of all trades but king of none. Basically, I could think of other combinations which might be better suited to certain positions. But if you want an all-rounded position, this is it, I reckon. And however, the fact that this combination is so fluid is great, especially when using the protective paint to increase its ability to absorb certain shots. I mean, I use digital. This combination in digital, perfect. It's like sometimes it's 3 shots to kill with a railgun, sometimes 4, and that is absolutely amazing. And I'd recommend this for like railgun battles, XP, BP battles, yeah, all of that. Just like the Star Series, basically, fantastic. And if the professionals are using this, it's got to be good, and they do use it well, obviously, if you've been watching. So yeah, it's basically overall it's a strong combination, works well in any position, not many disadvantages and a lot of advantages. So perfect, isn't it? So overall effectiveness is 7.5. Last but not least, we have Shaft and Hunter. Actually, this combination is a fairly good one. It can be used to reach camping spots and to move around the map to different positions fairly quickly due to Hunter's speed, whilst being stable enough to handle Shaft's own high recoil and sturdy enough to fend well against fellow campers and snipers. If you want to use Shaft in an offensive way, i.e. to move up the map into any base while stopping to pick off opponents, then this would be a great choice. However, Shaft isn't often used in that way. The way I use Shaft is I just sit in my base, protect the flag, and maybe use a little bit of a midfield. I never use it offensively, but that's just the way I play. And Shaft isn't often used in that way, as we just said, and it's probably because it's quite vulnerable if it gets too close to an opponent. But saying that, after the rebalance, Shaft had an increase in damage on arcade modes, and arcade has been proved to be pretty deadly, and this is arcade one I'm demonstrating right now, and yeah, it's been proved to be pretty deadly, and so that could counteract that, and especially if it's on a hull with lower health. So if you have lower health, you're a bit screwed. Therefore, it's possible that Shaft could work better with more health if you want to use it in an offensive way. But this combination isn't bad at all, and it has its merits, definitely. Absolutely definitely. This is the combination I use with Shaft. I get on perfectly with it. Literally perfectly. And amazing combination, I'd say. It's a good balance of speed, savability and health, and the overall effectiveness of this pretty cool combination is 7 out of 10. Okay guys, so thanks for watching what to mount on the whole Hunter, and we basically learned that Hunter is pretty good with anything, literally. It's a royal Hunter, and the overall rankings for Hunter and Firebird 8 out of 10, for Hunter and Icilla 7 out of 10, for Hunter and Freeze 8 out of 10, for Hunter and Twins 6.5 out of 10, for Hunter and Ricochet 8.5 out of 10, Hunter and Smokey 8 out of 10, Hunter and Thunder 7.5 out of 10, Hunter and Railgun 7.5 out of 10, and Hunter and Shaft 7 out of 10. That is the overall rankings shows that Hunter is a fantastic hull to use with any gun. And and I forgot to mention Vulcan and Hammer. And I've forgotten the rating I gave to them. Vulcan 7, that's it. Vulcan 7 out of 10, Hammer 7.5 out of 10, I believe it was. But yeah, they're the overall ratings, and that just proves it's a fantastic hull to use. And yeah, you don't usually see it much out in the battlefield either, especially in the M2 stages. You just don't see it, and yeah, I wish people did use it more because it's fantastic hull, and I don't think people know the capabilities of this hull. But basically, it's got good speed, a fairly good, fairly good health, and yeah, absolutely fantastic hull. So I hope you enjoyed, watching this video. I hope you actually learned something. That's what I'm here for, to teach you stuff. And yeah, see you later, guys.